The reign of Diddy from Uptown Records to hip-hop mogul. Sean Diddy Combs, a name synonymous with hip-hop royalty, has reigned over the music industry for decades. His influence transcends music, seeping into various facets of popular culture. His journey began at Uptown Records, where he rapidly ascended from intern to 8A&DR executive. It was here that he honed his skills and developed an eye for talent. He nurtured the careers of legendary artists like the Notorious Big and Mary J. Blige, quickly becoming known as a kingmaker in the industry. This period marked the rise of Bad Boy Records, Combs' own brainchild, which catapulted him to mogul status. With an unmatched ear for hits and a keen business acumen, Diddy built an empire encompassing music, fashion, and spirits. His influence transcended genres, shaping the landscape of popular culture and solidifying his place as a global icon. Combs' journey from Harlem to Hollywood seemed like a testament to the American dream. However, behind the veneer of success, a storm of allegations was brewing, threatening to dismantle the empire he painstakingly built. A birthday bash turned sour. Allegations cast a shadow on celebration. In 2023, as Sean Diddy Combs celebrated his 53rd birthday in extravagant fashion, a darker narrative began to unfold. The lavish party, a testament to his 3 decades in the music industry, was soon overshadowed by a series of accusations. What was meant to be a milestone celebration became a turning point, as whispers of misconduct evolved into formal charges. The allegations painted a disturbing picture, starkly contrasting with Combs' carefully curated public persona. The accusations centered on accusations of kidnapping, drugging, and coercing women, sending shockwaves through the entertainment industry. These were not mere whispers of impropriety but serious criminal charges, alleging a pattern of predatory behavior. The world watched, captivated by the unfolding drama, as a man who had reached the pinnacle of success was now facing accusations that could dismantle his empire and tarnish his legacy. Unveiling the charges: kidnapping, drugging, and coercion. The charges levied against Sean Diddy Combs were as shocking as they were specific. He was accused of holding women against their will, effectively kidnapping them, and using drugs as a means of coercion. These allegations painted a picture of a man allegedly abusing his power and influence to manipulate and exploit vulnerable women. The severity of the charges was undeniable, carrying the potential for significant prison time if convicted. The accusations extended beyond physical control, alleging that Combs used drugs to incapacitate his victims, further stripping them of their agency and ability to consent. This added a layer of depravity to the charges, suggesting a calculated and disturbing method to his alleged crimes. The legal battle was set to be fierce, with prosecutors determined to hold Combs accountable and his defense team prepared to fight the accusations tooth and nail. The outcome of this case had the potential to not only impact Combs' life, but also serve as a referendum on how the justice system handles allegations of sexual misconduct against powerful figures. The Cassie Ventura lawsuit, a precursor to a wave of accusations. The charges against Sean Diddy Combs did not emerge in a vacuum. In 2018, his former girlfriend, singer and actress Cassie Ventura, filed a lawsuit that hinted at a pattern of controlling behavior. Though the lawsuit was settled out of court, its details offered a glimpse into the allegations that would later surface. Ventura's lawsuit included claims of emotional distress and financial manipulation, suggesting a power imbalance within the relationship. While the specific details of Ventura's lawsuit remain confidential due to the settlement, its very existence served as a precursor to the more serious charges that would follow. It established a narrative of Combs as a man who allegedly used his influence and power to control the women in his life. Though the settlement prevented further public scrutiny at the time, Ventura's lawsuit laid the groundwork for future accusers to come forward. It chipped away at the carefully constructed image of Diddy as a benevolent mogul, revealing a darker underbelly to his personal life. A cascade of lawsuits, from sexual assault to sex trafficking charges. The initial charges against Sean Diddy Combs opened the floodgates, leading to a cascade of lawsuits from multiple women. These women, emboldened by the first brave accuser, stepped forward with their own harrowing tales, each more shocking than the last. The accusations ranged from sexual assault to sex trafficking, painting a disturbing and consistent picture of alleged abuse. The media frenzy that followed only added fuel to the fire, with headlines screaming of scandal and betrayal. Each lawsuit brought forth new accusers, each with their own harrowing stories of encounters with Combs. These women described a pattern of behavior that was both predatory and systematic, suggesting a long history of misconduct. The narratives shared striking similarities, alleging a pattern of coercion, manipulation, and exploitation. Support groups formed, providing a safe space for these women to share their experiences and find strength in numbers. The allegations of sex trafficking were particularly damning, suggesting that Combs was not only involved in abusive behavior, but also potentially profiting from it. This added a sinister dimension to the case, raising questions about the extent of his involvement in a larger network of exploitation. This added a layer of complexity to the case, intertwining legal battles with moral outrage. The public's reaction was swift and fierce, with protests and calls for justice echoing across the nation. As the lawsuits piled up, it became increasingly difficult to dismiss them as isolated incidents or attempts at extortion. The sheer volume of accusations painted a picture that was hard to ignore, forcing even the most skeptical to take notice. The sheer volume of accusations, coupled with the detailed accounts of abuse, lent a chilling credibility to the allegations. Each testimony added weight to the growing mountain of evidence, making it clear that these were not just baseless claims. The legal proceedings were sure to be lengthy and complex, with each case requiring meticulous examination and the potential to irrevocably damage Combs' reputation, regardless of the final verdicts. Legal experts weighed in, predicting a protracted battle that would keep the public riveted and the media buzzing for months, if not years, to come. The courtroom drama unfolded with intense cross-examinations and emotional testimonies, each day bringing new revelations. Legal experts debated the implications on television, while protesters outside the courthouse held signs demanding justice for the victims. The judge's gavel came down repeatedly as motions were filed and decisions were made, each one bringing the case closer to a resolution. The press conferences that followed were filled with emotional statements from both sides, each trying to sway public opinion in their favor. As the final verdicts approached, the tension was palpable. The courtroom was packed, and the world watched with bated breath. When the decisions were finally announced, they would not only determine Combs' fate, but also send a powerful message about accountability and justice in the face of such serious allegations. Diddy's denial in the legal battlefield, fighting for reputation and legacy. Faced with a barrage of accusations, Sean Diddy Combs responded swiftly and unequivocally with a categorical denial of all charges. He stood firm in his stance, addressing the media with a composed yet resolute demeanor, emphasizing his innocence and determination to clear his name. His legal team launched a vigorous defense, characterizing the lawsuits as baseless attempts at extortion. They meticulously combed through every detail, preparing a robust strategy to dismantle the accusations and protect Combs' reputation. They argued that Combs was a victim of his own success, targeted by opportunists seeking to exploit his wealth and fame. The defense painted a picture of a man who had worked tirelessly to build his empire, only to be besieged by those envious of his achievements. The legal battle lines were drawn, with both sides gearing up for a protracted and potentially explosive legal showdown. The courtroom was set to become a stage for a dramatic clash of narratives, each side determined to outmaneuver the other. Combs' defense hinged on discrediting the accusers, portraying them as unreliable witnesses motivated by financial gain. They scrutinized every statement, every piece of evidence, aiming to expose contradictions and undermine the credibility of the allegations. They pointed to inconsistencies in their accounts and questioned their motives for coming forward years after the alleged incidents. The defense suggested that the timing of the accusations was suspicious, implying ulterior motives behind the sudden surge of claims. The prosecution, in turn, focused on establishing a pattern of behavior, presenting evidence of Combs' history of alleged misconduct. They aimed to show that the accusations were not isolated incidents but part of a broader, troubling pattern. They argued that his wealth and influence had long shielded him from accountability, allowing him to operate with impunity. The prosecution sought to dismantle the image of Combs as an untouchable mogul, instead portraying him as someone who had evaded justice for too long. The courtroom became a battleground not only for legal victory, but also for public perception. The media coverage was relentless, with every twist and turn of the trial being scrutinized and debated by the public. Both sides understood that the stakes were high, with Combs' legacy and freedom hanging in the balance. The outcome of the trial would not only determine his legal fate but also shape his public image for years to come. The tension was palpable as the world watched and waited for the final verdict in this high-stakes battle for reputation and legacy.